Yeah, I want to go over something. Probably if you got a motorcycle, maybe you don't worry about this because you got a cell phone now. And back before the days of cell phones, you call AAA up and they get you hooked up, right? But a lot of times, what you really got to worry about on a bike is you only got two wheels, so you don't have a place to keep a spare, right? So what I always kept on this bike, and I've actually had this bike since new. It's an '89 Sportster 1200, and the engine's got some stuff in it. I always took this with me all the time, amongst a few other things, is Fix-A-Flat, and you can pump up the tire with that, but good enough to get you going. Like, it's supposed to be 30 pounds in the front, 40 in the rear. That's for two riders. 26 and 36, I think, is like one rider, but I usually do 30 and 40, and that'll get you by. A lot of times that's all you need, because you'll just pick up a nail. So this stuff is good to keep. A lot of times, I don't know, people don't do it though, because basically they're weekend riders. Another thing I do is that this is a bicycle pump, right? And it extends out. It's a mini pump. So basically, it folds up real small, and you can see how long it is, right? So it's pretty long, right? And it takes you forever to pump up a motorcycle tire. This is for a bicycle tire, but this might not give you enough pressure. It might, though, because it's pretty small. But, it may leak, and it won't get back. So you can pump up the tire with this, again. And it's not too bad. Like, if you're to pump up a car tire with this, forget about it. But a motorcycle, it takes you a little bit. You could do it, though. I tried it out. Now, the one thing I really do, I take, I think is important, is I take a kit with me where you can put the plugs, and it's just like one plug in there. I got to probably get one that has a few of them in it. But I've used this thing. I got a couple of these plug kits. You got to remount, like there's a nail in there. I got some little vice grips in the front, in a little bag. I could pull it out. I got a screwdriver in here too. I could pull a nail out. I keep that with me. Little vice grips, a Phillips screwdriver, a regular screwdriver, spark plugs, spark plug tool, an adjustable, and a points ignition. just to throw this in here in this video. This is actually a points ignition. I could throw this in there, 6-cylinder Chevy points, in case the electronic craps out on me. But anyway, so you pull out the nail, and you remount the hole, and then you use this with the plug, and you push it in there. And actually, the way I did this, if you look on the edge here, this is actually supposed to be like a hook, right? If you look on this side right here, that's actually, I opened that up a little more, because when you're pulling this out, I noticed it always pulled out the plug. So all you need is, you want to have it so it pushes in the plug, and when you pull this out, it doesn't pull out the plug. I opened up this notch. So if you buy one of these tools, you might want to modify this a little bit like I did. See the notch right here on the end? That's where the plug slips in. It's like a long piece of like plastic like rope thing. Maybe I should show it to you more careful, because maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, some people might not realize what I'm talking about. So like, you have this plug. It's like I don't know what the hell it is. It's some kind of rubberized glue type stuff. It's got nylon in it, and you push this through the hole, right? You remount the hole with this tool, where the nail was, and you push this through, and this goes like that. And when you pull it out, it gets hooked in this, it goes in only one way. When you pull it out, it pulls out. Now, I noticed these ones, when they're made standard, they have like a notch on this side too. And I open that up, because they don't work as well. Believe me, they don't work as well. So you want to carry this if you got a motorcycle, because if you get a flat, I guess it's not too bad today with AAA and cell phones, but still, by the time the guy gets there, you could have been home, right? Carry some Fix-A-Flat, and if you got a slow leak, like it's a nail or something, it's a really, really slow leak, you might just be able to pump it up and drive back, without even using the Fix-A-Flat. Or, you know, you might be able to fix it up like with this. We're reaming it out, putting a plug in there. And actually, you know, you're not supposed to do this on a motorcycle, but I did it. I put a plug in the tire because it was like a brand new tire that I got a hole in, and I used it for the next 8,000 miles. You're not supposed to do that, but it was on the rear though. It wasn't on the front. And it worked. It held air all that whole time. So just want to pass on these tips because I don't know, a lot of people ignore this simple stuff, and the simple stuff is what counts.